So I allow all participants here. Whoever wanted to ask a question can raise their hand. I'm going to allow you to speak, and then you can ask a question, and let me try to resolve your questions. Here, Dr. Swati, you got something in your mind. You can unmute yourself and speak. Swati, can you hear me? You can unmute. There's an icon which you need to click to unmute yourself. Till the time Swati is trying, I am allowing Vidya, I am allowing Dr. Manmohan to speak. Whoever can unmute themselves and can speak, Dr. Kaushik. Yeah, Manmohan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Manmohan. Yes, sir. I can hear you. Yeah, Kaushik, if you are unmuted.
Yes, sir. I am Dr. Kaushik.
Yeah.
Sir, just now you said that if you are called by the police for a dead body on the road,
Kaushik, can you repeat?
Sir, just now you told us regarding that dead body which we are asked to certify when it called by the police on the road. The way
that is the declaration I said.
That declaration. Can you please repeat how we should write it down? We could not.
I'll repeat it for you, Kaushik, and for all the audience here. Death declaration and death certificate, two different contexts and concept in law. Death declaration, where you declare death, being a RMP, registered medical practitioner, it is legal duty of yours to declare death so that police can do their job. So for the purpose, for the same, if at all police calls you, always write the name of the officer who called you, designation of the officer, if possible, buckle number of the officer, name, natural need to be written. That is the first funda. I have been called by Mr. and so, police inspector of Naur police station, having buckle number so and so, to identify or to certify or to examine disease in front of me, whose name is, if at all you write a name, then in write narrated by police officer or XYZ, or name not known, having identification mark, whichever identification mark you can see, mole or scar or whatever on the body of deceased, mention that having a mole or what was examined by me. Then you can write out findings. Findings you can write very clearly: RR, respiratory rate, BP, pulse, dilated people, and then you finally certify that disease in front of me is died. So death declaration does not attract cause of death. So cause of death is only in a death certificate, not in declaration.
If no mark or anything is seen on the body, is it okay?
It is okay, but prefer, because tomorrow it should not happen that body got changed. But prefer, if it is there, nothing like that. But otherwise, you need to write all other things.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Yeah, Shetty, if you got any question, you can unmute yourself. Till the time Vidya and Swati can try. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah.
Suppose, as you said, then I go to somebody calls me for the visit to the house, and when I go there, I see that the body is dead. Then what is my duty? But if it comes to clinic, I am inform the police. But I go to their house and then I find a dead body there in the house. Then what is my duty?
I said that broad dead and going to house and seeing the dead body has got same procedure. If you've gone and seen it, his body is dead and you declare the death, then you need to inform a police, or if they are willing to come with a certificate, then you can keep, because they can show a certificate to the police officer also and dispose of the body. But don't do any act, because I have seen a case, there was a case happened for all my colleagues here. Thanks to Shetty to remind me about that case, where this doctor has visited the patient's house. Morning 10 o'clock, he got a call. He was busy. 2 o'clock he has visited and found a patient dead there. And actually what was happened, husband has killed the wife in rage of anger. Some advocate has suggested him, or some friend has suggested him, that you opt the certificate and dispose of the body. He knows that if I take a body, probably no doctor will use. So he was behind his family doctor, was a very regular doctor of his, very close doctor of this. So this family doctor was busy. He called him for visit. He said, I'll come later. 2 o'clock, he got time and visited. When he reached, he found body lying on a bed, was already dead. Since he was a VIP patient, paying good to this particular doctor, was always paying very heavy to this doctor. He don't want to ruin a relationship. So instead of declaring a death there, he has advised this particular patient that why don't you take to the hospital? Probably she may survive. Just to push the thing on some other people. But while giving a referring note, this doctor has mentioned unconscious patient instead of dead patient. And there it was declared death, turned out to be unnatural. And this doctor was called by the police officer to investigate, to get a definition of unconscious and definition of a death. Because according to the police officer and PM people, rigor mortis, you all heard the word, which gives the idea of time of death, was according to postmortem doctor was midnight or 8 hours before this particular onset. That is going to be probably early morning. And this doctor is visited at 2 o'clock, almost 8 to 9 hours later, and mentioned unconscious. And there was a question mark if patient was alive at that time or dead at that time, because postmortem says some other thing, doctor certificate says some other things, was a question. So don't do such an act which can trouble you a lot.
So should I wait till the police come? Because if I say that I
If you don't want to wait, you take a detail about that patient, email ID, contact number, addresses, and intimate to the police. It is your duty to intimate. If police does not go and they dispose of the body, you will be safe.
So the nearest police station I have to inform.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Imtiaz, sir.
Dr. Imtiaz from Yari Road, Mumbai 61. First
Oh,
of all,
great.
thank you so much, Dr. Arun. You have been very helpful to me for the last 2 cases. Both the time मैंने आपको रात को 11:30 बजे फोन किया था और आपने दोनों टाइम पे you helped me up and you saved me from going to the police station. First of all, thank you.
Thank you, Imtiaz, for appreciation.
Very proud to be with you. Now, my question is, if a patient is not a regular to me and I have been called to see a patient who is already dead, am I supposed to give a certificate? Because according to the definition, the doctor who has treated last has to give a certificate. Am I supposed, and if I'm forced, what should I do?
Not only Imtiaz, for you, for all my doctors practicing and sitting here, even if it all law says that last treating doctor who has treated the illness, it does not say that you are bound to give a certificate. It is your wish. If at all you know the cause of death, even if you have seen a broad dead patient, if you've seen a dead patient, or you have treated the patient per se, if you're not aware about the cause of death, never ever give a death certificate. See, death certificate, when you know the cause of death, even in treating patient, if you're not sure about the cause of death, you can directly tell a patient that please take for the postmortem. So nowhere you are been forced or compelled by the law to give a certificate, even if it is mentioned in RBD Act that last seen doctor. It does not mean that you don't know the cause of death, still you have to give certificate. So don't ever give a death certificate if you're not aware of the cause of death.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you once again.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Yes, Dr. Arjun Singh, Dr. Chetan, whoever want to speak, they can speak. Unmute yourself and can speak. Dr. Lakshmi, anyone can unmute. Swati, Manmohan, anyone can unmute. Yes, Swati Dubey, Nebula.
Hello.
Yes, Shweta.
Sir, good evening, sir. First of all, thank you for such a wonderful session on death certificate, sir.
Thank you, Shweta.
So my question is a little different. Actually, a 77-year-old lady had approached me to give fitness, physical fitness certificate for writing a will. So what should be done in that case?
Sweta, I'll tell you, I'll definitely take this session because I have not taken a will session or character certificate session or various other things which we write on a paper and how to write and what to write. But my request that when you are giving a certificate, lots of things we need to really careful when you give a certificate for fitness in a will, because will reads a mental fitness also, and when you need that fitness, you should be very careful with that fitness. So because if you give a certificate for fitness, for will, definitely is going to be challenged in court of law in the future by other part who are not got any property stake. And that time you need to go to the court of law to definitely prove your certificate. So attend my next session because it is going to take another 15 minutes, which I really don't want to. Attend next session where I'm going to talk about various things what we write on letterhead, including your will, including your character certificate, including other things, which I'll definitely cover.
Sir,
So that it can be benefited to
actually,
all the people.
I met that lady. She appears to be physically and mentally fit. She is literate woman and
Then you can examine
hypertension
and
and
give a
diabetes.
certificate. There's no harm in giving a certificate.
Any additional things I should mention that on this
No,
I
no,
have
no additional.
examined?
Only thing is that you have examined, you found mentally and physically fit to write a will. If you want to write a will, you can write that word also.
Yes, yes.
You can definitely give. No additional things are about. Yes, as I suggested, in every certificate you need to write a identification mark and the signature, other things which you need to be very clear
Okay.
about the same.
On that particular day, she was found to be mentally and physically fit to write a will.
You can write
That's
that,
it.
no problem, if you are confident of that.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank
Right.
you.
Yeah, Nebula.
Hello, sir,
Yeah.
sir. If you go to see a patient and the patient is breathless or sweaty or chest pain in front of you and patient dies, can you give a certificate saying AMI?
See, let me repeat the word for you. If you know the cause of death, no one is going to challenge you. You can give a death certificate. But you should have a very clear idea about the death. It is natural or unnatural. Gasping patient, if you found that patient is gasping and you found that they have died and you have seen the medical record, medical history, regular patient of yours, and you are very confident that patient could have been this, then you can write it, no harm in that. Because whatever you have written with your best of knowledge or a belief is right. But you need to be very careful that patient is gasping because of the natural disease or because of some unnaturality happened there. The choice
Yes,
is
sir.
yours, how you take that patient. Many of the time, you need to really concentrate on the relative standing there to hear the murmurs and other discussion, which can really give a lots of clues to you.
The second question: if somebody else certifies your old patient, I mean, you are not able to go and examine the patient say middle of the night, then can you give death certificate on his
Without
declaring
examining, don't give.
without
If
examining?
you heard my lecture, I was very clear that I have given multiple examples to make you understand the live examples.
Yes,
So
sir.
don't indulge in that without examining. In academic year, we have not been taught like that. We always examine the body and then give a certificate.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So
Right.
one more question I
Yeah,
had
please.
regarding the will, like death certificate, we don't charge anything for death certificate. So for this fitness for writing a will, that is
This choice
chargeable.
is yours, Sweta. You need to take a call. It is your
Oh,
professional fees. You can term in any way.
okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Right. Yeah, Pushkar, sir.
Good evening, sir. First of all, thank you for this excellent session. You have
Thank
been
you,
very
dear.
helpful to me. Whenever I listen to you, every time knowledge get increased. Thank you very
Thank
much,
you,
sir.
sir.
Actually, I have two questions. One is regarding, suppose a patient is seen by me on OPD and I have given him rest for 3 days. So what should be the pattern when he joins for fitness? Because I have seen him only in OPD, not for 3 days regularly. So there is
Last time I have narrated. If you missed that lecture, I'll repeat for you and all the audience. In 3 days, patient do take a benefit of LAB, the word in the law, where they go somewhere and do some crime and come back, and then you are giving continuous certification and they show that you are with them or they are with you. So always when you are not seeing the patient, don't accept that particular date as a treatment date. So in such a cases, you can write that this is certified that Mr. So-and-so, whose signature given below having identification mark so-and-so, was examined by me on 15th August 2021, found to have a fever, whatever diagnosis you are provisional or confirmed, given a treatment for 3 days or 5 days, whatever you want, was re-examined by me on 18th August 2021 and found to resume duty. So in between days, you are not taking a responsibility of where patient has gone. You are taking responsibility of 15 and 18 only. So you need to go to such a pattern which can help you in that.
okay, sir. And second question, now in such patients, when they come for fitness certificate, so is that fitness certificate chargeable? What the law says?
Choice is yours. I never say no to the professionals. Death certificate, I said because it is in Act. Act very clearly mentioned that no charge should be charged to the patient in death. Secondly, on moral ground, I said in death certificate because moral ground, because patient is already in sorrow, already in pain. Why to tax them and increase their pain? So that's the reason death certificate I have very categorically emphasized. All other things are professional charges you can charge.
Thank you, sir. And sir, one more. Last month only I have renewed my indemnity policy. So how to convert it to this 1 hour policy? Or
If
should
you
I wait
already got, if you already got a policy, you can take another policy.
Okay, sir.
And as per the IRDA ruling, if you intimate both the insurance company about both the policies, your policy will get doubled. Suppose you got 50 lakhs, you have opted for another 50 lakhs, your coverage will be 1 crore because both the company knows about the same. So you can opt, and once that 50 lakhs is ended, you can continue the same. So all the people who are having already existing policy can have an additional policy, which is need of the hour, because minimum 1 crore policy every doctor must have minimum. If they are a good practitioner, then 2 crore and 3 crore.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chetan, have got any question?
Sir, to get the
Yeah.
professional health insurance.
Yeah.
So where should we contact in Bangalore, sir? Any contact?
People will contact you. Don't worry. Otherwise, you can go to doctor's website. You can call me, you can WhatsApp me, or I'll request some of the people to call all the doctors for feedback about the
sir.
lecture, to entertain them. And that time you show your interest, whichever topic you're interested, or any Google form they send, just fill that and respect them so that you can be connected to the right thing and right place.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So let me go to question answer box again. Is physiotherapist can give all certificate? No. A broad dead case MLC to be done. I said the procedure is very clear that you need to inform a police officer. Police officer will take the charge of the body. They will confirm the cause of death and hand over to the relatives. Your job is over. Dr. Neeraj has asked, I want to start medico-legal consultancy as after medical PG LLB, please guide. Yes, Neeraj, you can contact me, and Global Institute do follow a practical aspect of medico-legal consultancy and give lots of benefit to you. You can be part to that and enjoy the journey. So you are most welcome to that. I have renewed my indemnity here, Dr. Pushkar. I have already answered you. You can have another policy with you, and you can have a double benefit of that. My WhatsApp number, Preeti, is on my video, 9323446163. My video has got my number, 9323446163. Here, Kanchan, thank you very much. Manoj has asked the question, can Ayush doctor give fitness certificate? The answer to this is yes. I have very clearly said that Ayush doctor, whoever is RMP, can give all types of certificate. Their act allows them. Dr. VK Goyal, if any gasping patient comes in nursing home, BLS, other life-saving measures done, patient don't survive in nursing home, is bound to give a death certificate. No, there is no compulsion on any doctor to give a death certificate. It is your choice. If you know the cause of death, then only you give a certificate. Otherwise, please avoid. Dr. Manmohan, yes, thank you very much. I am pleased to see you in the lecture. I am thankful that you have taken out very time in your busy schedule. There is no question remain in question answer box. Let me check if at all I can help you with the no. Almost even in the chat box, everything has been answered. Postmortem is a mandatory requirement for issuing death declaration. No, that is a duty of police to decide. Are you authorized to change the name in the hospital records once the death summary? Please don't do that. Otherwise, justifiable reason to be given SDM hospital, because forging of document can trouble you. Kutub, I am a lawyer, would like to be a medical legal consultant. Yes, you are most welcome, friend, because there is a scarcity of medical legal people. You all can be really great support to such a scenario situation. And Global Institute is offering a medical legal courses. You can be part of that. My friend, before I conclude to the lecture, again, let me remind you, death certificate is a very important domain in our practice. We need to be very careful with that. What we write, we take a responsibility. So be cautious. Don't indulge with any influences or any of pressure. Give a certificate only when it is cause of death is known. Otherwise, refer it for the postmortem. Never ever get worried, because you are already be protected by the law in every scenario situation. Every RMP can give a certificate. So, no matter that which pathy doctor you are, you can give all types of certificate. No one can stop you and no one can challenge that. I'll again advise you to be a member of a doctor's medical legal services. You can take a medical legal service policy. You can have an indemnity policy through them. You can be a part to telemedicine consultation of a wellness, complete wellness, and also direct talk available in the Play Store. Enjoy that benefit, which is free of charge available to you, and increase your practice. You can have a lots of option of doing various courses through global, which can help you in increasing your practice. Digital marketing is going to be the future of the country. So do some digital marketing course from the global and promote yourself. Only thing that CPA definitely spoken about advertisement. I'm going to speak on that. Advertisement, you need to be very careful that with particular advertisement, what you are giving on social media, including your visiting card, including your letterhead, including any printed material.